Hello everybody and welcome once again to NVTV Out and About. We are here today with Patience Bradley, and you will remember Patience Bradley from many shows in the past. Recently Patience has written this beautiful book called Princess Mary's Journey to Find True Love. The book Princess Mary's Journey to Find True Love was dedicated to Patience's husband Ivor. He bought Princess Mary for her as an anniversary gift, and the book launch was held in his honour on his birthday on the 24th of April 2025. So stay with us now, because you will find the story of Princess Mary and also Patience's story of coping with widowhood very interesting. So Patience, tell me how this book came about and what was the inspiration behind it?
Right. Well, I mean, it all comes from Princess Mary. When my husband was ill, he was ill for 3 years, I had considered breeding again, really, because I would have something to do in the house to be with him. And the condition of dogs and what's happening to them now is not good. And this is in all breeds.
Yeah.
So I declined from that. And he said to me, it was our 40th wedding anniversary, and he said, why don't you go and get something special? So two of the best places for small dogs are Russia and Poland. So I looked at Russia and couldn't see anything. And we went, I was with my solicitor, and the minute I saw her, she was the first dog I saw in Poland. She was 2 weeks old. That was it.
Right.
I bought her there and then. The minute she saw me, that was it.
And she is absolutely an amazing dog. Did you train her, and was she easy to train?
Well, it's funny, Maryann, because she got home, she came home, and Ivor said, oh, get the others, see how they're getting on with her. Of course, they were fine, what have you. And he was sitting there, and one day he said to me, he said, you know, Patty Pace, she's very clever. And this was just little bits that we'd sort of brought up ourselves. And I knew a very good dog trainer in Northern Ireland. And I asked him, I wanted to pay him. He is a very good friend. I said, I'll pay you to come down, have a look at the dog, and give me your truthful thought about it. So he arrived and he took her in the kitchen, strange man. And he came out and he stood at that door and he said, there's one word for that dog: perfection. So I started doing really little bits with her that you would do with a puppy. But I mean, she blows my mind every day.
Well, you are an expert dog trainer anyway, because, judging the past, the number of dogs which you have trained, being an exceptional type dog, she seems to pick everything up much more quickly.
Well, to sort of say, I would say to anybody, if you want to do sort of basic obedience, bronze, silver, gold, it would take, a year and a half, maybe. I honestly, she did the lot in 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah. She understands words. She knows numbers. She just is. And then, as I was saying to you earlier, Portsmouth University did a scan thing on her brain last November.
Oh, did they? Right.
And she's sitting at the moment in the top 10 cleverest in the UK.
Amazing. And
but she is.
Such a little, a lovely little bundle. And yet so, so bright, and so it's wonderful, absolutely beautiful. I wanted to maybe just touch on the subject now. Like myself, Patience, I am widowed, and you have recently become a widow yourself. So how did you manage with all of that process?
Well, as I say, I think I must be sort of unique. My husband and I had the most amazing marriage. And it was very romantic right up to the very end, the last day. And I loved him so much that I thought to myself, what can I now do for him? And it's no point in going out and getting upset. If you're going to do that, do it in private.
Do it in private,
I mean, you'll have very few friends if you keep burdening friends with things. But I was told it would be hard coming into an empty house, and being alone was my biggest fear. And both of those are what I love most now. And I just want the rest of my journey to let him be proud of me, to do what I think. And he does guide me amazingly.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
amazing.
So how
just everything. If there's anything to do, I don't worry about anything. And it just happens. And the book, as I say, when I wrote it for him, and he looked at it, what have you. And then I thought, well, it would be lovely to get it published on his birthday.
Right.
So I did it in dedication to him on his birthday, but I never expected to get the pleasure or what's brought me and the people who love the book. I mean, I've had people buy it for, christenings and everything, and all the money is going to the Barn Rescue Centre in Newton Ards.
Right.
Now, they're wonderful because they never put an animal to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And they go to China, they go all over and get, things, and they really need money because they are getting new flooring, underflooring heating for their animals. I've gone down and seen them, and the work they put in, the love of dogs is amazing. And also, I've been able to send some to Poland, where she stayed with the two vets in Warsaw. They bring in stray dogs at night, which I think is a lovely idea. They have a big yard, and they just open it up and bring the dogs. And the dogs are all waiting about 5 o'clock. And so she's done so much. And as I say, I do interpreting for deaf, and she knows sign language. Right, I'm going to ask her to sit down, stand, and bow. This is working with sign language that she knows and understands. Okay, come. Sit down. Bow. Stand. Bow. I'm now going to ask her to touch this hand, and the food is in the other hand. It's an exercise. You start off like this, but eventually come here. She actually understands certain words. One of those words is again, so I'm going to ask her to do it again, and we'll see if she does it. Okay, touch. Again. Good girl. And also, I'm working with her left paw at the moment. She knows the right, and we do all the twisting and things like this. So I'm going to ask her to hit this ball with her left paw. Your left. Okay? Go ahead. Again. Good girl. Good girl. And now we're going to do our toys. She has 17 toys. She knows them all by name, and she puts them to bed at night. But we're just going to do this little exercise, putting the toys to bed, but waiting till I tell her to go. So, see. Wait. Go. Good girl. And then the dogs learn to do the send away by starting with a mat. So I'm going to ask her to go to the mat, to sit on the mat and down on it. Over here. Come, come. Here. Go. Sit. Good girl.
We were talking earlier about how you take Princess Mary into some of the schools, and one of the schools had a little girl who was deaf and blind. It's a lovely story, so could you tell us about that?
She's very vivacious, as you see. You know, the first thing she does is wanting to be with people, wanting to be picked up and all this. And this little girl was about 2, and you wouldn't have known she was blind by her eyes. And Princess Mary went up, and she didn't jump on her knee. She just sat in front of her and looked at her. And the parents were there, and I didn't know what she was going to do. So she just got up on her knee and licked her eyes.
Licked a little girl?
Yes.
Oh.
And now she adores them. She plays with them.
And it's a touch. She can feel.
She can feel.
Yeah,
and
beautiful.
one thing I personally, I mean, maybe other people, but personally I've never come across, is a dog that you could go round its face, you know, touch its mouth, eyes, with little hands. I would always be wary of that, not with her.
Yes, because it would snap.
No. She just seems, she has this amazing instinct. She just wants to give love. That's all she wants.
How old is she now?
She's 2.
Just 2?
Just
oh
2.
My goodness. So when we're talking about life and the different things that we have to cope with, you always have a positive attitude.
Tomorrow is a fantasy. It's like a dream. You can think about it and plan it. But as a very good friend of mine said once, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Yeah.
And I think that is a very good, because, and 90% of things you worry about never happen. It's always that unexpected. You'll never expect what happened. And
that's I would agree with you, because really all we have is this moment.
Yes.
All we have is this day. We might remember what happened yesterday or look forward to tomorrow, but what we have at this moment, which is why it's so important to savor everything that we experience in this moment. You know, from the smallest thing to the biggest experience that we have, just to savor it, let it drink in.
Well, you see, the problem with a lot of people is they can't take in the moment.
Yeah.
Because they're so wound up with what they're going to do. And I think now, I mean, that's even worse. And what they've done wrong and what they should have done, I mean, it's ridiculous. You're just wasting your time.
You can't do anything about the past.
No.
You cannot change it. The book that you have written, called Princess Mary's Journey, is a story from the dog's point of view. And it's wonderful to read, because people would never think of seeing things how a dog would see them. The part that really struck me was that Princess Mary, when she was a puppy, before she was given out, she went to her mummy and she said, "Mummy, you know, why are all those people coming in and looking at us?" And then her mother explained, "Well, you have to go because I am a breeding dog." And Princess Mary said, "And will you be coming too, Mummy?" And her mummy said, "Well, no." And from that, it was such a sad, really gave you an insight into how a dog thinks. Beautiful.
I've bred dogs most of my life. And when somebody buys a puppy, I have to say quite candidly that the person gives you the money and you give the puppy instructions and everything. But you miss the puppy for sort of a little while, but it's not sort of something, it's just part of breeding. But when she tells that, she talks about the big people in the house coming in. And she says, this particular day, the big people came in and they'd other people with them. And the other people were saying things like, "Have you homes for them yet? How much are they?" And I'm thinking, I wonder what that means. I mean, I wonder what that means. So I went to my mummy and I said, "Mummy, these people were saying about homes and money and things." Well, she said, "You see, Princess Mary, I'm a breeding dog. So I had you and your two brothers, but you'll be going to a home, a new home.
Right, right.
Oh, but you'll be coming too. Well, no, actually, I won't.
Oh,
But
Mother.
my brothers will be coming. No, they'll be going to different homes. And I have to say, I had never seen it from the dog's point of view,
Yes,
ever.
exactly, exactly.
And then there's lots of bits in the books. There's bits that I kind of tell children, don't give dogs chocolate, for instance, or something like this. But one of the bits I love is when she gets to London, she's with this family of 3 or 4 dogs. And one of the dogs goes out with the big man of the house every Tuesday night. And she's very inquisitive. I mean, that is her. So she says to the dog when it gets back, tell me, why do you go out with the man? Oh, he said, such a laugh. I go to obedience classes. Oh, she said, what's that? Oh, he said, it's the biggest fun out. He said, these big people walk around in circles and they have the dogs with them and all you have to do is do something and you get a treat. It's really, I mean, what it is, I have no idea. But these people just walking round and round in circles.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go on different times different things about how her mummy always says to her, you know, never give up. Never give up. Always, if you have a dream, never give up. And the part when she's put on the plane and she hears the plane starting, she really thinks this is it. And you know how a plane gets really loud
Yes.
and goes round, and then it tapers off again before it takes off at the runway.
Mm-hmm.
So as it tapers down, she's thinking, oh, that's good. Oh, my goodness. No, that was terrible. And then it roars and it lifts. And she just says to herself, I'm just thinking of my mummy. My mummy says, if you can't do anything about a situation, just go with it.
Go, very, very true.
Yes.
You can't do anything.
And it's all about her meeting the dogs, and it's about her journey. But she was looking for me, and I was looking for her. And the book ends on the ship coming home,
That's right.
where she cuddles up on my shoulder and says that she's found her true love. This is the beginning of chapter 6, and she's just come to her 3rd home, flown in to London. She's been there. So, just as I had settled into my house in London, dear old times struck again. I knew the time had come when I saw that my faithful carrier had been taken out of storage. Now, little Mary, are you ready to continue your journey? Asked one of the big people. I wondered what it would be like this time. Despite trying my best to stay strong, I felt frightened and sad to be leaving my new friends. I was upset to tell May and the boys that it was time for me to leave. But they knew what the carrier meant as well. May came up to me and she began to comfort me. You'll be okay, she said gently. You're such a beautiful little girl, and we will dearly miss all the fun and love you have brought to this home.
Absolutely beautiful. You know, beautiful word, beautiful story. And you know, the way that you are telling me now, if the dog is talking, that's fantastic. You know, it's wonderful telling it from Princess Mary's point of view.
It's something you don't think of.
That's right.
You really don't think of. And out of all the things, you know, people say, how do you stop a dog barking at the door? And I always think of humans. if you were in my house and we were having coffee and a piece of cake or something, and I went to lift up a bit of coffee or whatever, and the doorbell went, and you said to me, Patience, don't worry, I'll get it. I say to them, what do you say when the person comes back? Well, I thank them. And what is it you say to the dog when it's barking? Oh, well, I tell it off. You see, you've got to, I think the thing is, you have to learn to think like a dog.
Like, yeah, absolutely.
We think like humans. Dogs do not see things that way. And some of the easiest things to cure with training a dog, they're so easy when you see it from the dog's point of view.
Absolutely.
With little dogs, when you take a new puppy out and you're walking along and a big dog comes towards you, 90% of people pick the puppy up.
Mm-hmm.
What is that telling the puppy? It's saying, whatever this is, it's frightening.
It did, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So then the next time out, a similar thing happens, and the puppy's lifted up. Then the puppy says to itself, well, if this is frightening for me, it must also be frightening for my mummy. So I think if anybody comes up to my mummy, I'll bark at them, or even bite might help. And you see, that is where people with little dogs do. A dog should be on the ground. I think in teaching, never ever come down when people are doing wrong. Always build up when they're doing right.
That's right, yeah.
But, you know, Princess Mary just really got me the other day with the fireworks because, yes, I mean, you'd never get a dog doing this. And I thought, where is she? And she'd gone upstairs and she was sitting watching the fireworks, like a child, sitting watching. Mm-hmm. She's an extraordinary thing. I'm going to ask her to play the drums. Okay, come. Over, back, here. Where's the music? Where's the music? Good girl.
Are there any other books in the future that you perhaps might be wanting to write?
Well, I've no intention of writing this one. Absolutely not. And I really, to say it's my favourite, I just love it. I love the fact that children can have it and have a photograph with Princess Mary as well. They love that. And I love everything about it. I really do.
What I thought about this book was the illustrations are absolutely beautiful.
They are photographs done into AI. And I mean, they're beautifully done. They really are. It's lovely. And I wanted it to be a really good quality book.
Yes.
For Ivor. You know,
yes,
if you open it, you know, it goes back to place where so many books, if you're sort of pushing through it, you know, but it's aged 10 to 12. But as I say, I had a lovely phone call from a lady who said to me, she said, I love the way you've done the chapters. And I wasn't awfully sure. But I had, you know, great help getting this into chapters. Beautiful girl. And she said, with most books, children want you to go on and on, but she said, you close each chapter so you can read them to young children.
Yes, that's right.
And, you know, they do. And a little girl the other day, she's only just over a year, and she was able to recognize a photograph of Princess Mary and then touch the book. Realizing that, in fact, this
and where was that?
Oh, it was a friend of mine who had looking after this little girl.
Oh, and there's a little girl.
Little girl is 1.5.
That's amazing. My goodness.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the book here. As I say, the illustrations are beautiful. This particular one, which we'll be showing later, is Little Princess, and it's snowing.
Yes.
And she seems to be like in a forest, and there is a tree, but there's
having a think.
Yes.
That's what she's doing. She's that was in Poland when she was still in
Right,
Poland.
yes.
She never misses anything. From the time she wakes up, she takes in everything. I think, sort of people come and they think they're going to see a usual dog. If she is meant to be quiet, she'll be quiet. If she's meant to be funny, she'll be funny. She is just amazing.
She is. It's really, you could say she's a little miracle dog that came to you at a time when it was
very
needed
important
for you.
And
yes,
as I say to everyone, my husband did not really approve of her behaviour, because my husband liked things done right now. And I put her food on his knee. He had to have his legs up. And he said, eat your tea, eat your tea. And she, of course, she can be very, as I say, a bit conceited. And he called me and he said, come and get this dog. He said, this is ridiculous. She's not eating her tea. And she looked at him and she said, I went, oh. And this is one of her movements now. She just never fails to amaze you. Never fails to amaze you.
Well, I hope that she will be your companion for a long, long time.
Thank you.
And I wish the both of you a lot of happiness together.
Thank you.
So I'm sure you'll agree with me that that was a wonderful interview with Patience and that beautiful little dog. If you want to acquire a copy of this book, you simply type into Google Patience Bradley, and it will give you all of the information about the book, about Patience, and where you can acquire a copy of this book. Thank you so much again for watching, and it's goodbye from Patience and me and all of the crew who have helped to put this program together. And hopefully we'll see you again at NVTV. Bye-bye for now.